In today's video, I'm reviewing a 2014 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. The Jeep Cherokee's had an interesting life as an SUV, first coming to market in 1974 as a two-door variant of Jeep's full-size Wagoneer SUV. In 1984, they took the Cherokee name and they applied it to a compact SUV, which was a very popular model for many years. That was followed by two generations of the Jeep Liberty, replacing the Cherokee name, and we saw the Cherokee name come back in 2014 in the form of this small crossover SUV. There's no denying that the styling of the Jeep Cherokee is very controversial. Pretty unconventional up front, with the LED daytime running lights up above, headlights down below. We've got the 7-slat grille, characteristic across the Jeep lineup. Does result in a very unconventional, different look from any other vehicle on the market. And I've got to say that on basic versions of the Cherokee, I'm not a fan. I think that it's way over the top. But for whatever reason, the subtle styling differences that you get with the Trailhawk really pull it all together, and I think it's a great looking SUV in this configuration. Now with the Trailhawk, some of those styling differences that you'll note: it's got a more rugged, larger 17-inch wheel, as well as some more rugged tires. Got this black decal on the hood. The red tow hooks really pop. We've got two up front and one in the rear. The Trailhawk also has an additional inch of clearance compared with other Cherokees, and then skid plates on the bottom that protect the undercarriage in off-roading situations. Notice that tow hook on the rear here. And then the Trailhawk also comes very heavily loaded. So not only is it much more off-road capable, much more rugged looking, but it's also very luxurious. Probably the thing most controversial about this new generation of the Cherokee is that it's a unibody rather than body-on-frame. Typically not ideal for a true off-roading SUV, but the Trailhawk Cherokee really strikes a nice balance of having a nice level of decent off-road capability, but also good fuel economy and good handling characteristics on paved roads. So it's a very practical vehicle that's nice to drive, but also somewhat capable for that occasional trip off-road. You'll notice the trail rated badge, unique to the Trailhawk model. Also got a panoramic sunroof. Dual exhaust, tow hitch, parking sensors on that rear bumper. And like I said, despite the controversy surrounding the styling of this generation of the Cherokee, in the Trailhawk configuration, it really looks good. Nothing else quite like it. Really looks ready to go off-road. I love this styling. The interior of the Cherokee is very nice, especially for a vehicle within this class. It's got a really nice overall level of refinement and a great design. Of course, the Trailhawk does come heavily loaded. Notice that we've got some gold-tinted stainless steel accents, leather-wrapped steering wheel, a nice large center screen, wood accents, dark brown leather interior with Trailhawk logo stitched in. Seats are also quite comfortable. And you'll notice up above we've got a large panoramic sunroof. So a very nice atmosphere in the cabin. And then the Trailhawk does come very heavily loaded with features as well. We've got power windows and door locks, power mirrors, heated mirrors, great audio system, really great characteristics. Power seats with lumbar support, automatic headlights, electric rear hatch. On the steering wheel, we have controls for Bluetooth. These buttons control LCD screen where we've got a number of vehicle functions. We've got cruise control settings over here on the right, and it's got an adaptive cruise control feature, so you can adjust the distance between the vehicle in front of you, and that will automatically either slow down the vehicle or speed it up depending on what people are driving in front of you. Got a nice clean instrument cluster, large center screen. You'll notice that we've got a push button start, so with the key in my pocket, the vehicle can start automatically. Likewise, the doors can automatically lock and unlock outside by putting your hand in the vicinity of the door handle. So a really great feature there. See on this large center screen, we've got radio, media, so you can control your phone or other Bluetooth device to do media functions. This controls feature here, we've got heated seat for the driver and front passenger, controls of the dimming mirror, heated steering wheel, app feature, a number of standard apps that come on the vehicle, and then you can also add additional apps. You can control the climate settings on this screen or with these buttons down below. Also got navigation, and then phone button here, so you can pair your phone to the vehicle to place or accept calls. Some really great safety features on the Cherokee as well. I'm very impressed with these features. This here is a parking assist, so the vehicle can actually park for you, including parallel parking. This is to turn off parking sensors. So I showed you on the exterior of the vehicle some of those parking sensors. Sometimes if you have a trailer attached to the back of the vehicle and you're backing up, it beeps constantly, or some people just don't like that audible warning, so it does give you the ability to turn that off if you don't like it, so that's nice to have that functionality. This is a really cool feature. Again, this is to turn it off if you don't want it, but it's a feature I've been very impressed with. This is a lane assist, and so the vehicle can actually tell if you're crossing the center line or the fog lane, and it will steer you back into your lane. And so if you start to get drowsy and veer out of your lane, or if you're distracted, not paying attention to the road or texting or doing something else that you shouldn't be doing, this can help keep you in your lane. So it's a really cool feature. And then this is a forward assist warning. And so if you're about to hit an object or rear end somebody, the vehicle will give you an audio warning, a visual warning on the screen, or it'll give you a slight jerk of the brakes if necessary. And so again, another cool feature that could definitely save you from a bad situation. Down below here, we can turn the screen off, turn the traction control off if you choose. Got control for the volume on the center screen here, as well as the ability to make some other adjustments or change stations. Dual zone climate control, so you controls for your driver's side and your front passenger. Got a heated rear window, air conditioning, circulate air or bring it in from the exterior. Down below here, despite this being a crossover vehicle, it does have some off-road capability. We've got a low-range four-wheel drive, so not something you're going to find in every crossover SUV. It's actually going to be quite rare. And then the locking rear differential is also going to be very rare within this class of vehicle. Really great feature that adds another tool in the tool chest if you're off-roading or get stuck. Can be a really handy feature to get you out of some sticky situations. We've also got hill descent control. You can see we've got the ability to adjust through a number of different terrain settings, so whether you're in snow, sand or mud or rock, vehicle will adapt depending on those conditions. And we've also got a sport mode if you want to drive a little bit more aggressively on paved conditions. Got an USB outlet, an auxiliary input. You can insert an SD card here, put music or whatever on that card, and it can play the music through the media system in the vehicle. Got an outlet here. We've also got the electronic parking brake, some cup holders, and then right here we've got center console that splits into two compartments. It's got CD player, a couple more outlets for power and USB. And then another really cool feature that I'm a fan of is that this seat folds up and you've got a storage compartment underneath. So really great to have additional storage down there. I think that's something that should be applied across more vehicles. Again, we have that panoramic sunroof, controls up above to open and close the sunroof, and then the shading screen over on this side. Controls for these lights. I've got a little compartment here for sunglasses. Home link garage door opener setting, so you can control 3 garage door openers through the vehicle. It's a really great little feature there. Give you a quick look at the instrument cluster. Got a nice upscale look to it. And as we come around to the back, nice spacious rear seat. Good legroom and headroom. And a really nice atmosphere with that pano sunroof. Give you a view up front. Got some vents for the rear passengers, as well as an outlet down here. Center armrest with cup holders. And then the seats do fold flat. Got a 60-40 split there. And then we can also move the seat forward and back. So, nice to have some options to adjust there. And we'll come around to the back. Automatic rear hatch. And for a vehicle in this class size, it's actually quite spacious. A lot of cargo capacity. Got this privacy cover, which does recess back. You see that it's pretty spacious back here. So really great to get a vehicle that's somewhat off-road capable, plenty of cargo capacity, good fuel economy. Really a very practical vehicle. We can close that rear hatch with the push of this button. If you've never had an automatic rear hatch, it's kind of one of those things that seems unnecessary and pointless before you have it, but once you have one, they're actually quite handy. Walk up to the vehicle with a bag full of groceries or something that's really heavy. Really nice to be able to just push a button. Your basic Cherokee is going to have a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder with 184 horsepower. That's going to get you up to 21 and 30 miles per gallon on the highway in front wheel drive configuration. You can get the Cherokee in either front wheel drive or all wheel drive, but the Trailhawk comes with a 3.2 liter V6 with 271 horsepower. Both of those engines are paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission. On the Trailhawk, 0 to 60 time is an impressive 7.2 seconds, and the EPA rating is still a pretty decent 18 miles per gallon in the city and 25 miles per gallon on the highway. If you've ever ridden one of the 1984 newer Cherokees, you'll know that it's a classic. It's a really great little vehicle, very off-road capable, a classic in its time that will be a classic for many years going forward, but they're also very rudimentary. They're not that comfortable, very loud cabins, very basic in terms of features and options, and driving the modern Cherokee, it's completely different. As well as being a crossover vehicle, it's really a great overall vehicle. It's got a nice ride quality, it's very quiet and comfortable, it's got lots of standard features and options, and just a really good modern car. A lot of things that you can really love about this vehicle. One thing that's really impressive is the powertrain. That 0 to 60 time of 7.2 seconds is very quick for a vehicle within this class, and then to still get 25 miles per gallon on the highway is very good. It's also got really great handling characteristics. It's very smooth, it's very comfortable, and just a really great overall vehicle. Nothing like the old Cherokees of days gone by. We'll go ahead and accelerate real quick here, give you a test of that powertrain. See that it responds very well to being put under a little bit of pressure. Very quick vehicle. That 9-speed automatic transmission, I haven't noticed any issues with it. To me, it seems just fine, but I do know that there have been a lot of complaints about shifting irregularly and sometimes not even getting into that 9th speed. So there have definitely been some complaints on that. I do know that Jeep has come out with some software upgrades, and so it's possible that that's corrected some of the issues. And then I think that the newer Cherokees, those issues have kind of been resolved. But again, like I said, having driven it today so far, I haven't noticed anything that's really that unusual about it. Just something to be aware of if you're looking at getting into a Cherokee. So that's a review of the 2014 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, a really great little SUV from Jeep. I know that there are a lot of purists out there that feel like this vehicle is not deserving of the Cherokee nameplate because it's not a body-on-frame SUV, so it can't be a true SUV. But I've got to say, after driving the vehicle, I'm very impressed with it. It's a vehicle I would definitely consider if I was in the market for a compact SUV. I feel like The Cherokee as a whole is not that attractive, but with the subtle differences that you get with the Trailhawk model, it just gives it a really rugged off-road look. It's got a really nice level of refinement. It's just a great overall vehicle that is somewhat off-road capable, but also just a really good practical vehicle for driving around town. If you have any comments or questions on the Trailhawk, leave them in the section below. For more car reviews, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.